Hello watch fans, it's Anders here on Watch On channel. Today I'm back with the full review of my latest luxury watch purchase, and of course, as you can see on your screen now, it is a Grand Seiko. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you will never miss another video. So let's get right into this watch. I did do an unboxing, first impressions video of this watch. It is a watch I've been eyeing for a long time, and why not just open the blue Seiko box here. If you want to get more into what is actually in the box, how the packaging is, you can see the unboxing first impressions video, link up in the right hand corner or down in the description under this video if you want to see that one. So let's open, and here we have this beautiful stunning watch, a very simple dress watch. This is the Grand Seiko SBGW231. This is not one of the newer models from Grand Seiko, but it's definitely one of the most classic Grand Seiko models in my opinion, along with, of course, the Grand Seiko Snowflake, because this new dress style watch here isn't the first Grand Seiko in my collection. My first Grand Seiko was actually this beautiful Snowflake, which is probably the most iconic Grand Seiko watch. So I was on the hunt for a classic dress style watch, and I have been eyeing this Grand Seiko for quite some time, but I had some reservations. Was it too simple, too clean, not sporty enough for my personal style? And also, was it too small? Because this is a smaller watch. The dimensions are 37.3 millimeters in diameter. It is 43.3 millimeters from lock tip to lock tip, and we even got these very downsloping locks here, so it will wear close to your wrist. Then we get a very nice thickness. It's 11.6 millimeters, and then a 19 millimeter lock width here. So all in all, these are very classic dimensions, very classic for a dress style watch. And you see, this is a very simple dress style watch. Just a nice cream colored dial here, which isn't silver, which isn't white, but off-white, kind of cream colored, but in different lighting situations it does change its appearance. Very beautiful kind of sword style hands here, simple needle style second hand, very simple at first glance at least. Hour markings, no loom of course, the Grand Seiko logo applied, and then Grand Seiko, and just down here it says Japanese movement. But when you get more acquainted with this watch, when you get into the details, this is by no means actually a simple watch, but it's a watch that kind of requires your attention, that you really look at this watch, admire this watch, because, for example, one detail you see here, you can actually see that the hands, they are actually bent downwards. You don't actually really see that when you just look at the watch from a straight angle like this, but when you turn it, you can see they're actually sloping down, pointing down. You also see it with the second hand here. Just a little detail. Then the next detail you see is the high polish of the hands and the hour markings. Just look at the studio lights here playing with the hour markings and the hands. This is Zaratsu polishing. These are polished by hand by master Zaratsu polishers, the very special Japanese Grand Seiko method of polishing. And you also see the case is also Zaratsu finish. Everything is polished. Beautiful, very beautiful high shine polish. Nice little chamfering here on the locks. And you get drill lock holes just to really make this watch look like a vintage watch. It is a very modern watch with a slightly domed boxed sapphire crystal, as you can see here. Signed crown, but it is in fact also a modern watch. It is part of the Elegance collection from Grand Seiko, and what I like about Grand Seiko is that it's such a broad lineup of watches they have in the collection. Just these two, kind of a sporty but still dressy different style watch with the Snowflake, and then you get this very classic, it looks like a watch from the 50s dress style watch. Then you can also get bigger sports watches, dive watches, and you also have the choice between 4 movements. The famous spring drive, which is kind of a merger between a mechanical and a quartz movement. Then you have the manual wound movement, which we'll get more into just in a few minutes with this Grand Seiko. Then you also have automatic movements, both 4 Hz and 5 Hz movements. And then you of course also get the straight on 9F very accurate quartz movements. So it kind of inspired me to actually make a collection with all 4 types of movements. So I still need an automatic and a quartz, but maybe I will do that later in my collection journey. So this watch is all about simplicity. It is of course a very simple watch when you just look at it, and you don't get any other complications, no date complication, no power reserve, no lume either. So very simple, but the detail, the finish of this watch, and the beauty of the movement, which is the Grand Seiko in-house 9S64 manual wound movement with 24 jewels and a power reserve of 3 days, 72 hours. They say that this watch should actually come in between +3 or -3 seconds per day, but as you see on your screen now, it's much more accurate, the movement here in my watch. So I'm very happy with the overall accuracy of this movement, which is a high beat movement at 28,800 revolutions per hour. It is not hand finished, this movement, but it looks amazing. You can see all the different details here. A beautiful movement. I'm really happy that they actually did make a see-through sapphire crystal here on the case back. This being a dress watch, it is a push-pull crown, which you can of course wind. It's very nice to wind. It has a very nice feeling when you wind it, but it's not very water resistant with only 30 meters. I wish that Grand Seiko they did do a little more with the water resistance. For example, the Snowflake again. This is not a dive watch or anything, but you still get 100 meters of water resistance and a screw down crown. I don't expect a screw down crown on this Grand Seiko, but I would definitely have preferred a little more water resistance, maybe 50 meters, but it's not a big problem. So all in all, you see a beautiful looking watch. I'm going to show it on the wrist very soon. Also, let's just have some more footage of this watch close up just to see all the details. This is a very high-end luxury watch, but you don't pay a very high-end luxury price. It is priced on Grand Seiko's website at 4,300 euros, which is approximately $4,600. I did pay less. I paid approximately $3,600 for the watch, and then I ordered the strap because I didn't get the original strap. I got the original buckle here, but not the original Grand Seiko strap. I ordered this strap for $220 from Japan. So all in all, it's approximately $3,800, $3,900 for this watch. And I think the overall quality, accuracy, the beauty of this watch is definitely worth the money. So let's have a look at the strap. This is a very nice crocodile leather strap. Of course, also made by Grand Seiko. Beautiful quality. It's not even stiff when you get it at first, but you see you get the right thickness at the part towards the watch, so it's not a strap that is too thin. It's super high luxury quality. Holes here, and then you get a very nice simple buckle, but with Grand Seiko, so it looks really good. You can see this watch is very lightweight. It's only 61 grams. And although it's only 37.3 millimeters in diameter and only 44.3 millimeters from lock tip to lock tip, you can see on my 17.5 centimeter wrist circumference, it wears perfectly. From the very first time I put this watch on my wrist, I felt it wasn't too small. I tried 36 millimeter watches and they just feel a tad too small, but 1.3 millimeters just does something completely different. It's quite crazy to think about. So little extra watch actually just makes it feel really good on the wrist. It is a classic dress watch, but I actually also use it as an everyday watch because it's just such a nice lightweight watch to wear on your wrist, and it just looks amazing every time I look down on the watch. You also see, as I said earlier in the video, it looks really good. It gives it a little more heft, a little more power on the wrist because it is 11.6 millimeters thick. So I actually enjoy the fact that they kept it over 10 millimeters in thickness. It just gives it a little more presence on the wrist. And of course that is also because of this domed, boxed, big sapphire crystal here, which looks great. So all in all, I'm super excited and super happy I actually opted to choose this watch over the Omega, the IWC and the JLC. I think this is a very special timepiece. I think this is top value for money. It's definitely the best finished watch I have in my collection, the most classic watch, and it really just is a way for me into more classic watches. I think I have been into sports watches for a long time, I still am, but this is just an amazing timepiece if you want to get into a very elegant, very classic looking, still modern luxury dress style watch. If you are not too excited by the color, you can actually find this watch in other colorways. They have made several different limited editions, exactly the same watch, the same movement, same hands, everything, just different colors of dials. Don't be too alarmed with the size. It's definitely wearing with a lot of wrist presence, although it is a smaller size watch, so I can't complain about that either. I hope you enjoyed the full review of my new Grand Seiko. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and don't forget to share this video on the forums on Facebook and places like that. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.